what's the difference between an interest and a position. And often when we're still in an emotional state, it's hard to know the difference. And an example would be something like, I want the house. I'm going to get the house. Well, why do you want the house? And the why might be, well, because it's so important for me, for the kids to stay in their community and to not have to experience change and to have their friends around. And, it feels like security for me, and bringing that voice to the table rather than a voice that says, I'm taking something away from you. Maybe you can just talk about how you have seen that play out in a negotiation and how the different responses can be so helpful. Just share your own experience.
Yeah, and I think it is very much about the why behind the position. Like, I think that's a really good way of putting it. It's what is the value? What is the thing that's important to you? And when we can diffuse past that and not just so much of the positional piece is about hurt and anger, right? Like wanting to lash out or wanting to get something. I've been hurt, so I want to hurt too. But when you get to the interests and you get to the why underneath it, and that's where I talk about, like I was saying, trying to get them to be a bit more future focused and what they really want. And then they can connect more on that, because both parents often want security for their children. They might have different visions and even positions on what that looks like, but once you get to that place, then you can start talking about compromise and what are compromises that people are willing to make and not willing to make, and then you can start to have a different level of conversation where you truly can negotiate some of these things. Because it's a lot of work to dismantle and to negotiate these things. But if you're doing it for reasons that you really can buy into in the long term for the health and wellness of your children, as well as yourself and your community, then again, you do that thing where you go up again rather than just get stuck in the mud of the motion.